And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more I Wanna Be the Metamorphosis, and we will see what the stage that we were playing on awaits. What awaits for us on that stage. I think it's called the Starry Galaxy or some shit like that. As you can see, the part about stars seems to be pretty apparent. So yeah, I will say that it makes sense. Now I really don't know how to do this, if I gotta be honest with you, but I guess we will figure it out. I mean, how hard could it be to figure this out, right? Yeah, that's probably a question that I shouldn't ask. Huh. Interesting. I really like the pattern though, it looks pretty. I don't know if it's that pretty to dodge though. That's something that I wouldn't really say. And you don't have much rest here. Well, you do have a rest point, which is basically up here. Well, assuming there is not a single trap there, that's the only place where that you can rest, because otherwise you just have to keep moving. Seems like a pretty hard screen, honestly. But I mean, we can do it. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so there is a trap and it's right there. Though, that's a problem. How do you avoid that trap? Well, at least we know that we can chill here and then jump here. Huh. Okay, so those spikes move only sometimes, huh? Or rather, they keep moving. Gotta see how that works. Huh. I like how the spikes started moving right there. And they immediately stopped because I got killed. So it seems like it's not like they stop there. They keep moving until you die. Though I don't know when do they stop if you don't die. So, oh, they move around? What do you do there? Well, I guess I'm assuming that you're supposed to do this real fast so this doesn't happen. Okay. Gotcha. No problem. So just do these jumps real quick. Okay, that's fine. This is not a safe spot, or no, I don't think this is a safe spot. Now the real question is, where do I stay here? Where will it be the best? Okay, that definitely was not the best course of action. Hey, it's fine, don't worry about it. At least I know what to do on the first half. Well, I know what to do and I forgot about it right away. Nice. It's okay. We're gonna get it next time. Or not. Really wonder, because I thought when I saw the first boss and then the boss of the monochrome dungeon area, I thought that every boss in the game was gonna be an apple with a dumb face, but that obviously is not the case since Raisin was a boss. So I'm curious to see what the other bosses in the game are gonna look like. I'm really curious. Wow. Okay. That was a pretty dumb way to die. Now the issue is that once I hit the switch, I have to go back. That really is a problem. Okay, that strategy doesn't... It doesn't seem that bad, the strategy that that I made right there. Like the decision that I made doesn't seem really that bad. So we will see. Nice. Now if only I don't die to the spikes that are not even moving, that would be really good. Don't you think? I'm also forgetting that I have to wait. I also gotta say that in this stage, not only the music is nice, I also like the aesthetic of the screens, right? Everything being transparent, but you know, noticeable enough. Wow, are you kidding me? Maybe that's not the strat. Maybe I have to start jumping when that thing is shrinking. Maybe that's the idea. I wonder. But yeah, I noticed that, you know, I was thinking like a couple of minutes ago, the reason why I prefer adventure games, or adventure fun games I mean, to avoidances or needle fun games, right? And I really think that bosses are one of the best things that the adventure games have. Because bosses are something that neither needle or avoidance fun games have usually. I mean, you can say that an avoidance is kind of like a boss fight, but that's not quite true. Like, an avoidance is more like, well, the name says it all. It's an avoidance. You just dodge shit. You don't worry most of the times about damaging a boss or anything like that. You just dodge. And a lot of times those dodges are all about memorization and not about reaction, right? I know that also applies to some bosses in adventure games, but I feel like for the most part, bosses really bring something to adventure games that you just can't find in any other type of game. There is also the build-up up until the bosses, right? I mean, when I say build-up, I mean the fact that you're playing all these platforming sections, and eventually to, you know, change the mood, you start fighting an enemy, right? So, yeah, I gotta say that if I play fun games, it's probably, for the most part, gonna be adventure games. I know that I decided that also, you know, some time ago, but yeah, I feel like adventure fun games are the way to go for me. Wow, I got that. Wow, son of a bitch. It opened a door below. Huh. Okay, so you gotta fall down there. God damn it. I mean, after all, the original I Wanna Be the Guy game was an adventure game, so yeah. I tried to, you know, give it a try to needle games, but if one of the best needle games is something that I really don't like, it's kind of useless, right? to even try. And when it comes to avoidances, it's not like I particularly dislike them, it's just that I feel that, wow. Okay, so I don't have to go there. It's not like I dislike them or anything, it's just that, you know, I kinda don't prefer them over adventures. Especially because I thought that avoidances will be like playing a single Danmaku boss, right? Like a perma survival Danmaku boss. But most of the times it's just all about memorization and not about reaction, or as people like to say, reading, right? Reading patterns. So yeah, even though I don't particularly dislike avoidance, really don't prefer it either. And I definitely don't like needle, that's for sure, so... Okay. So what's the point here? That you bait this platform? Can you even properly bait this platform in some way? I mean, wonder if you can bait it without getting killed. I'm assuming you can, but even if you can do that, what do you do afterwards? Cause trying to step above that platform, I don't know about that. I mean, you step on that platform, I don't think you can get away with it. Like, in the hypothetical case that I can step on this when the star is on the, you know, it's really little. I don't think I can jump after that. I'm probably gonna get hit by the star. Hey Clonecat, how is it going? I'm here analyzing a screen that seems a little bit interesting. I don't particularly understand it yet. We're gonna understand it eventually, hopefully at least. Doesn't seem that hard, just have to figure out what to do. Maybe the idea is that it doesn't even give you time. Because I was thinking, well, I go down and I can immediately jump to the right, but that doesn't work either. So you have to jump above the platform, but if you do that, how? So I really feel like no matter what you do, you're gonna get killed there. That's weird. That's pretty weird. Okay, I wouldn't know what to do there. I heard you don't like the Satori manga. Yeah, I indeed don't like the Satori manga because... I mean, it seems like it's really not going anywhere. The Satori manga is like... I don't know what it even is trying to be. It's definitely... I mean, I understand it's supposed to be a mystery manga, right? It's supposed to be about who is the culprit of the whole thing. But the problem is, in a manga like that, well, in a story like that, it doesn't have necessarily to be a manga, but like in a story like that, you have to give the reader a reason to give a shit. That's the issue. So if you don't really give me a reason to give a shit, it's not like I can really do much, you know. I think that's the main issue that I have with that manga, because it's like the rules keep changing every chapter. Like, it doesn't make sense. Or rather, I guess it makes sense in Sun's world with Sun's logic, but I mean, it really feels like complete nonsense for the most part. And in a story like that, in a detective story like that, you don't want to have that. Usually detective stories are about, you know, the reader trying to take the role of a detective. So, you know, in order to do that, you have to know the variables, you have to know the suspects, you have to know all of that pretty well. You have to have set rules. And when you have all that, you can start as the reader trying to figure out what's going on, right? In a manga like this, yeah, as you say, I don't think what's happening even makes sense to the creator. So, I don't know, how am I supposed to give a shit, right? That's my main issue. It's like, alright, you have all of these things that keep happening. Wow, okay. I definitely did not expect that. That's alright. But yeah, it's like, you know, Toho is a series that if you wanna make a story that is supposed to make sense, you kinda have to, you know, you kinda have to explain things thoroughly, right? You have to know straight what character, like each character that is involved, you have to know what they can or cannot do. You have to know exactly what you know, what intentions they have. You need to know all of that stuff, that it's just impossible in a Toho environment. First of all, in Toho you never know what each character is capable of. Like at one point you have, for example, Letty in Toho 7. It's a piece of shit that can't do anything. It's like a small yokai that just throws snow. And then, if I'm not mistaken, in Perfect Memento on Strict Sense, or whatever the name is, soon says that she is strong enough that she can cause an incident. So when rules like that, when you don't know the extent of what a character can do, it's pretty hard to have a manga that is supposed to be all about, you know, logic, all about investigation and finding culprits, right? That's the issue. But you know, I think that complaining about Toho lore is like complaining that the sun is too bright. It's like, you know, she's screaming at the sky like a lunatic old man. So yeah. Then there is the problem that there might be a lot of people that will defend that manga saying that it's comedy, that it's a comedy manga. If that's a comedy manga, then I don't know what to tell you, honestly. Because for something like that to be considered a comedy manga, you will probably have to find it funny. And obviously I won't judge anyone's sense of humor, but finding that manga funny, I don't really know. Comedy manga? No. What I mean with that is not strictly like, you know, a manga that is supposed to be about you know, jokes in every panel or anything like that. I mean more like comedy in the sense of, you know, slice of life slash comedy, that kind of comedy, not an actual, you know, comedy manga that tries to make everything a joke, just slice of life slash comedy. The problem is, when it comes to Toho, you really can do slice of life. What is slice of life about Toho? When everyone is a fucking lunatic that can shoot lasers and has powers that not even the creator knows. How are you gonna make a slice of life manga like that? And a lot of people try to defend the previous mangas like, you know, Wild and Horned Hermit or what was the other piece of shit called? Oh, Forbidden Scrollery. People try to defend those mangas by saying that they are slice of life. I don't know what slice of life manga you read, but you know, I don't think slice of life means what you think it means. I understand that, you know, it's hard to find a category for the Toho manga, so maybe the closest that you could say is that it's a slice of life because it's not a comedy manga, it's not a romantic manga, it's not a battle manga, it's not an erotic manga, it's nothing. And that's the problem. A lot of people, I feel like, have the trouble to admit that the Toho mangas are trash, so they need to find a genre to justify that the manga is not just an excuse to, you know, just expand the universe in some way that is not through the games. And it's fine that there is a way to expand the universe without using games. I'm not saying that's bad, but I feel like it's really low effort the way he does the mangas. Flandre almost choking Meilin was funny. Not for Flandre fans, I can tell you that. The Inabas was a slice of life manga, but then again that was not canon. I think that actually fits more on the comedy kind of manga, if I'm not mistaken. Like, isn't Inaba of the Moon that manga where Eirin tortures Raisin in multiple ways? I mean, I know that that's supposed to be funny, even though I don't really find it funny, but you know, I think that's what it's supposed to be. In fact, the only manga that you can properly categorize, the only official manga that you can properly categorize is probably Silent Sinner in Blue, which is well, I don't even know if you can properly categorize that one either, because you could say that it's a battle manga, but it not really, because the battling only happens right at the end. Yeah, I don't know. The point is, Toho mangas, in my opinion, are complete trash. So sorry if you like them, don't mean to offend your tastes, but I just think they are trash. That's it. It's fine if you like them. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. I just think they are trash. I really don't know what to do there. Maybe go down? I really don't know. Wouldn't the Fairies manga also be a slice of life? I can't really tell for sure, because I haven't really been paying much attention there. But not really. I mean, there are a lot of things. Like, the Fairies manga had a, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm mistaken it with another one of the mangas, but I think it was that one. No, I'm pretty sure it was that one. Basically, there is an important turning point in the story of Gensokyo during that manga that I don't think you can consider that slice of life. I mean, it's basically Reimu and Marisa trying to bargain with Hecate about Hell and Gensokyo. That's something really important that has nothing to do with the fairies, and it, as far as I remember, it happened in that manga. Fuck. Yeah, I'm definitely supposed to go down there. Okay, at least I know now. I know. But yeah, it really is something. Like, Toho mangas are pretty hard to categorize. Some of them have interesting stuff happening in them, but at the cost of basically having nothing really interesting happening for like the rest of the manga. Like, for example, if I recall correctly, Silent Sinner in Blue didn't have many interesting chapters until right at the end, where the protagonist actually went to the moon and started doing all that stuff. Before that, it was a pretty slow manga where nothing really got done. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, I don't know. I think that's how it went. The only one I say I did like was Silent Sinner in Blue, the rest I just took him as lore information. Yeah, that's pretty much what I always say. Silent Sinner in Blue, I can always give it a positive look, but then again, as I just mentioned, I think it was only at the end where it got interesting. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but I'm pretty sure that everything before that was just incredibly dull. Like, I know it was like a build up, but a lot of it, if my memory serves me right, was pretty unnecessary. It's like it's full of filler until the end. But I don't know. I really don't remember. I do remember that I really enjoyed the final chapters in that manga. They were really good. Okay, so what's gonna kill me now? Okay, place your bets. What's gonna kill me? Oh, I don't like this. Are you gonna kill me? No? I don't trust you. Wow. No death? Just like that, no death. Alright. I appreciate that. Still with the fucking spinning fruits though, huh? Seems like you really like this. Now this looks like a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. I still somewhere enjoying reading the rest except for Forbidden Scrollery. That one was a Borfest from beginning to end. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Sometimes I really feel like I'm the only one that thinks Forbidden Scrollery is complete garbage. Like, a lot of people say that it has redeeming factors. I think it might be one of Sun's worst creations for sure. Like, Wild and Horned Hermit also had a lot of stupid shit that didn't go anywhere, but some of the chapters at least were interesting, at least until you found out that they were completely useless and they weren't gonna do anything. But at least the build-up was nice in some of them, even though it was disappointing at the end, but yeah, I can see that. But yeah, Forbidden Scrollery, I remember reading Forbidden Scrollery, and I was like, I had to stop. I mean, I stopped reading both. I stopped reading both Forbidden Scrollery and Wild and Horned Hermit, but I feel like, you know, yeah, Forbidden Scrollery was just way worse. At least in Wild and Horned Hermit you could say that there was a cool fight at the end, that even if it still was complete trash, it was mildly interesting, right? It was something that you could enjoy, at least until you realize that nothing important happened, but it was enjoyable. But yeah, Forbidden Scroller, I really don't remember anything interesting happening. Yeah, Kosusu has cursed books. So what? I mean, there are a lot of interesting things that they could have done, but none of them happen. So yeah. But it is what it is. I mean, I always say this, and a lot of people don't like it when I say it, but Sun is not a good story writer. He might be a good universe builder, and that's about it. He doesn't know how to write stories for shit. And it's fine. I mean, I don't know how to write stories for shit either. I'm not saying that I will do it better than him. I'm just saying that he doesn't know how to do it, and that's it. I mean, he's a godlike musician, and the way he creates Danmaku is something really special, but as a writer, he really lacks a lot. The fortune teller chapter was the only interesting bit in the whole manga. Yeah, well, I don't know, because yeah, it was interesting because it revealed that to, you know, to people who are Reimu fanboys, that she is indeed a bitch, and it's not just me that I like to call her a bitch. No, she's an actual bitch. With that manga was a little bit more apparent that that was the case. But yeah. Wow, I have to do all this. Wow, this is an actual labyrinth. The guy can be perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine. It's not like I'm talking shit too soon because I don't like him or anything. No. Again, I think he's really a godlike musician and a really good game maker. Not necessarily a good programmer, but he knows how to make good games. But yeah, other than that, not really the best storyteller. But yeah. Target Spotted releasing Cerno Last Word. What? What you mean Target Spotted? Oh, you heard me talk shit about Sun's storytelling? Oops. How is it going, Yannick? It's alright, Yannick, don't worry about it. The thing I found interesting in that chapter was the fact that Reimu is keeping an eye on Marisa so that she doesn't turn into a yokai, and that's it. Fuck you, Yannick. Damn. But yeah. We were basically talking about how the Toho mangas fucking suck. Pretty much. More or less, that was the topic. But you know, and this is one of the... If I gotta be honest with you, that's one of the main reasons why I hate Shrine Maiden so much. Shrine Maiden, the forums. ShrineMaiden.org. Because they really fucking suck Sun's dick on everything he does. And a lot of... I mean, when I went there to read, like way back in the day, to read their opinions on the manga, I'm like, come on, bro, how many defenses do you have to defend, you know, the mangas. And a lot of people were like, oh, just because it's not a battle manga doesn't mean that it's boring. Yes, you're right, it's not boring because it's not a battle manga. It's boring because it's boring, because it's trash, because nothing happens. A manga doesn't have to be a battle manga to be interesting. It has to be interesting. It has to have something that keeps the reader interested in what's gonna happen. It has to fill you with anticipation. The Toho mangas do everything but that. Everything but that. There are some exceptions, yes. Silence Sinner in Blue, at least the build-up for the end of the manga and how the end ends up being is satisfactory to some extent. Other than that, most of the other mangas, most of the time it's like you're watching filler. It's like you're watching filler in some shitty shonen manga, except that this is not even a shonen manga, but it's like you're watching filler. And then all the build-up that filler does ends up being nothing. It ends up in something being completely disappointing. We were playing Skyrim, so I'm slightly salty. And by slightly I mean a lot. Jeez. The Cernofest. The only thing I read was Bohemian... it was Bohemian Archive in Japanese Red. Is that what the name was? Also, is this getting slower by... What the fuck? This got slower. Are you seeing this? The game got slower. Is that because the game is not knowing how to clean resources and it's probably spawning the same, like it's spawning more and more apples without cleaning the ones that disappear? Is that what's happening? Man. What the hell? Well, it's not like I can expect much more from a developer that couldn't even program fucking full screen into the game. It's not like my expectations were pretty high anyways, but Jesus Christ, dude. How can you fuck it up that much? Like, how? Fuck. The manga are there so you can flex your lore knowledge to others. It feels like a timeout strat. Forbidden Squirrel and Wild and Horned Hermit felt too much like advertisements for the games. I mean, they kinda are. The problem is that they do a bad job because at the end, nothing ends up really happening that is tied to the mangas. Like, remember when a lot of people thought that Kosusu turning evil will be like a major plot point for the upcoming fighting game, I don't remember if it was Antinomy of Common Flowers or Urban Legend in Limbo. It's been so long. Well, it's not been that long, but I mean, I don't remember exactly which one. But basically, a lot of people thought that possessed Kosusu was gonna be the final boss of the game, only to find out that Kosusu is basically just an irrelevant character that is only there because I don't know why it's there. That's the reason why, if you look at my Toho character sorter, Kosusu is one of the last characters, because she doesn't do anything. She's just a bookkeeper. That's it. That's the only thing she does. It's completely irrelevant for anything else. And she could have been relevant if Sun was a little bit better at story writing, but he isn't. Bohemian Archive in Japanese Red. Oh, so I was right. At least Kazen is somewhat important. Yeah, I mean, Kazen is one of the creators of Gensokyo, okay? So That already, even if she wasn't a playable character in Urban Legend in Limbo, she will still be important just because of that. Kosusu is just like, I don't know. At times it feels like even the fucking fortune teller is more important to Touhou than fucking Kosusu. It's that ridiculous. But whatever. Well, this is a save spot? No, that's not a save spot and I just fucked it up so bad. Nice. So badly, I mean. That was tragic. You were talking of patchouli? No, actually I wasn't talking of patchouli. But, you know. How is it going, Deus? Oh, it's because I said bookkeeper? Well, fuck. No, I wasn't talking about patchouli. Kosusu was just some random victim, yeah. I mean, even Rinosuke, that is almost as irrelevant, is way more important. Not just because he's one of the only male characters, but because at least she helps the protagonist. Like, supposedly the mini Hakero that Marisa uses was tailored by Rinosuke. So, you know. He really is a character that is at least 10 times more important than fucking Kosusu. And as far as I know, no, I think I'm wrong with this. No, never mind. I was about to say something, but I think I'm wrong. Like, hasn't Rinosuke only appeared in written works, or has he actually appeared in manga? Because I don't remember seeing him in manga. I think he only appeared in the novels, right? Rinosuke war with Marisa's dad or something. Yeah, I don't really know too much the lore about Rinosuke, but I know he is at least a little bit relevant. A little bit. Just a little bit. Not really that relevant, but hey, it's better than being no relevant at all. So I'll take that. Fuck me. He appears in the mangas, can't remember which one, but I do remember seeing him. I mean, I remember seeing him, but it was in the cover of the novel that he was introduced in. I also don't even remember the name of the novel, by the way. But you know. Though, it will be interesting. I don't know what the Touhou novels are about. And I feel like if I mean, you know that I hate reading and I hate books, right? So, you know, even if I'm interested, I feel like if reading the manga is already a waste of time, I feel like reading the novels is gonna be a waste of life. But then again, I don't know. 10, 11, 12 on Steam. Yeah, I say that on my Discord. They are actually on Steam. I'm pretty glad. I'm mostly glad for 10 and 11, honestly. That people can actually legally play those games. So I can actually recommend Touhou 10 to people without, you know, having to tell them to, well, just look it up on internet. No, here they can actually play it. Whew. Okay. Oh, here comes the boss? Alright. Oh shit. Wait, what happened? Oh no. Miku, huh? So it's gonna be an avoidance. A Miku avoidance. Of course. And something tells me that this is so fucking copyrighted that it's not even funny. Something tells me that the stream is gonna get muted so fast. Well, not the stream, the VOD. And probably the YouTube video as well. What if I should stay up here? What are you gonna do about those apples at the bottom? Oh, okay. Just wish I didn't have to explain the whole patch thing to people. Where are you, Gabby? Can you imagine if instead of muting the VOD, the copyrighted songs actually muted the actual stream? Can you believe the fuckery that will be? Thankfully, the copyright overlords have not been that evil yet, though they are probably on their way of doing that. You never know. Okay, sure. Nice. So this is an authentical Miku avoidance. Like, I was expecting this to be like a boss. This is actually an avoidance, because there is no health bar. There is only apples, Miku, and most importantly, pain. Can't forget about the pain part. So I just have to stay here to dodge the... Dodge that like you did last stream. I don't even think I can do a miraculous dodge like that. And fucking Miku, dude. Can you believe this? But yeah, remember earlier on this stream when I told you that I don't really prefer avoidances and I don't like needle. The reason why I said I don't prefer avoidances is because of this. Most avoidances, as Yami said the other day, are all about memorizing. They are not about reacting or reading patterns. It's just about memorizing. So as much as I like dodging, I don't really like memorizing. Which is the reason why I don't do scoring in Touhou in the first place, right? But avoidance seems to be all about that. Avoidance is lolcade. Yeah, I guess you will be right. It wouldn't be a bad description. Really wouldn't be a bad description. But yeah, avoidances are a little bit whack, I gotta say. And they don't really have to be whack. You can make them hard but reactable. But obviously a pattern like not that one, but the one that comes right after that, it's unreactable. You have to die at least once to know what you have to do. So yeah, that's my issue. And it's pretty sad because you can make avoidances without having them to rely on memory. I mean, just look at survival spell cards on Touhou. Like on Touhou you have patterns that are supposed to be all about dodging and nothing about shooting. And they do fine. I mean, they are pretty nice to dodge and pretty challenging as well. But yeah, I don't know what's the obsession with the memorization part on avoidances. But whatever. As I always say, complaining is not gonna beat the fight. So yeah, if memorization is the objective, memorization is gonna be what wins the fight, not complaining. So I guess Gotta do it. But it's gonna be hard, I can tell you that. Well, even when it's not about memorizing, even when it's just about dodging, there is something that avoidances usually have, which is RNG. And the issue with that is that most of the patterns don't seem to be really suited for RNG. So most of the times you have no issues with it, but a lot of other times the RNG can make the pattern way harder than it should be. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Huh. I mean, the instinct told me that I didn't like where that was going. Whew. Well, I don't know how this song is called, but I really hope you like this song, because you're about to hear it for a pretty long time. All I know is that it's Miku the one singing. Well, it's what it is. And I gotta say, nothing will... Wow. I couldn't go to the right because those apples were still there. I'm waiting on sale to buy Gensokyo Defenders. I legit want to play that game. Okay. I mean, I don't mind. It's not a bad game by any means. Like, it can be fun if you like those kind of games, and most importantly if you like Touhou. So yeah, I'm also waiting for sale for a bunch of games. There are a lot of games that I want to play, but I'm not gonna buy on full price. One of them being the one that I mentioned to you yesterday, which is Muse Dash. I want to play that game. I really want to play that game. But yeah, I have to wait until it's on sale. Apparently the next sale is on the middle of June. I'm not that sure though. But I think it was on June, like a publisher sale or some shit like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll get Muse Dash 2. It seems like a pretty nice game. Sadly, the DLC is basically 4 times as expensive as the base game. Which is weird, to say the least. I mean, it's a little bit weird if you ask me, like the DLC being 4 times more expensive than the base game, but apparently the content of the base game is big enough. It's big enough for you to not really need to buy the DLC to get a good experience. That's gonna kill me, right? No? I don't even know where I have to jump there. I wish we had an English less expensive Touhou spell bubble. I really want to play that. Is it only available on Switch right now? Because I think it is, right? It's only available on the Switch, I think. And yes, in Japanese, as if it wasn't enough. Right? I'm not sure. I remember someone saying that playing it on PC was possible, but I think that was someone just baiting. Clickbaiting. Like, I'm pretty sure that game is only available on the Switch, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, because if it's not only available on the Switch, I might get tempted. I believe so. Yeah. The worst part, the problem of console games, not just the Switch, is that they have unrealistic prices. It's like, come on bro, I'm not gonna pay $60 for a fucking Doshin game. I know it's made by Taito, so technically not a Doshin game, but I think it is of Doshin production, right? Like it's published by Taito, but whoever did it was a Doshin circle, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But in any case, it's like I'm not gonna pay $60 for that game, dude. You know, a game. I always put this example because I feel like it's the best example that I can use right now. You know, a game that is worth $60, at least in my opinion, obviously. Smash Ultimate. That's a game that is worth $60, and I bought it at full price. I pre-ordered the game, and I'm glad I did, because the game is amazing, and it has so much content, it has so much shit in it, that those $60 are well spent, especially considering, like, the characters that are in the same game. You know how fucked up the licensing for that is? Like, you know how fucked up that is. It is pretty fucked up. And the fact that all of that is in a single game blows my mind. Do you know you had Smash Ultimate? Yeah, I had. In fact, one of my first playthroughs in the channel was a Smash Ultimate World of Light New Game Plus playthrough. You can look it up on YouTube. Well, you don't even need to go to YouTube. I think on the description below of my Twitch channel you have a couple of clips, or even the link to the full playthrough. It was back when I didn't even have a camera. It was a long time ago, I can tell you that. And I didn't know much about streaming back then. I mostly didn't know shit about it, to the point where I didn't even know what frame drops meant in a general sense. So a lot of the gameplays from back then might be filled with frame drops because I didn't have a second monitor, so I had no way of checking that I was frame dropping, right? They did pull something amazing for Ultimate, just like Sakurai said. It's probably not happening again ever. Yeah, that's the most fucked up part. Like, Smash Ultimate is like the apex, like the top of the top, because it's not gonna get a sequel. Because if it had to get a sequel, if there had to be another Smash game, you're not gonna get those characters. You're not gonna get them. You're just not gonna get them. So it has to be this one. Everything that Sakurai does for Smash, it has to be on Smash Ultimate. Because if he releases another Smash, you can say goodbye to Snake, you can say goodbye to Cloud, you can say goodbye to Pac-Man probably. Well, maybe not Pac-Man, because Bandai Namco is the one that made the game and is the one who owns the rights to Pac-Man, so maybe that one might still be there. But like, there are so many characters that you're not gonna see again ever if they had to release another game. You're just not gonna see them. Smash Ultimate is old. Well, not really that old. It's like 2 years old, I think. That's not that old. I mean, that's not old in my book. Old is something like, I don't know, Portal 2. Portal 2 is old. 2012, that was 8 years ago. But Smash Ultimate, not really. Didn't Sakurai say the same thing for Smash 4? But the thing is, Smash Ultimate is pretty much a Smash 4 with more content. Yes, I know Smash 4 has game modes that are not in Ultimate, I know that. And I know that there are some mechanics that might be slightly different in Ultimate, and some mechanics that obviously were not on Smash 4. But Smash Ultimate is pretty much Smash 4 with every character. Like, I think it's pretty much that. It's like if you had an Ultimate, well, yeah, pun intended, maybe not intended, but an Ultimate DLC to Smash 4, it will be Smash Ultimate. So yeah, I understand both games are incredibly different in what they offer, but when it comes to gameplay and the way the games feel, it's pretty similar in many ways. So, you know, the thing is, if, you know, the only thing that could happen again, quote unquote, will be to have like another DLC character pack or something like that. Wow, even that killed me. I didn't expect that. Now let's just get Rainbow Smash. You know what I would love? That instead of Rainbow, it was Marisa the one that got into Smash. That would be amazing. Fuck Rainbow. I will never get tired of saying fuck Rainbow. Rainbow is a bitch. So yeah, if they could get Marisa instead, I would be so happy. In fact, it doesn't even have to be Marisa. Hell, put Cerno there. Put Cerno there. In fact, Cerno is probably way more known to non-Touhou fans than Rainbow. A lot of people, when they see Rainbow, they are gonna be like, who the fuck is this? And with Cerno, the same thing is gonna happen, but I feel like the amount of people that are gonna be like that are gonna be way less. Despite what is usually thought in the Touhou community, I feel like Rainbow is not the most popular character outside of Touhou community. I really feel like if you show someone Rainbow and Cerno, they are probably gonna know who Cerno is and not who Rainbow is. What about Sakuya? Interesting question. I don't think Sakuya is that known. I mean, after all, the problem with Sakuya is that the design doesn't really stand out that much. Sakuya is a maid. Obviously, when it comes to what she does is not just a maid, but when you first see Sakuya, you're like, oh, it's a maid. That, well, seems like she fight with knives. So I don't think Sakuya is that iconic really outside of Touhou. Rainbow is a bitch, but she feels better to play than Marisa in 90% of main games. Yeah, but she's still a bitch. McDonald's, you're right. Another character that will be pretty memorable to have will be Flandre. Flandre will be pretty... Yeah, the problem is that the shitstorm that is gonna happen if Flandre is the character that they pick for Smash is... I would really like to see that shitstorm. Because Flandre is so irrelevant when it comes to the actual Touhou canon that I can see Touhou Puritans be completely pissed. It will be so fun though. So much fun to see. Also, how is it going, Yummy? Mima? Mima. No, that will be pretty nice. Mima? That's not gonna happen, obviously, but... Well, if the shit show is gonna be high with Flandre mashing the shit show if Mima is the one announced. And you know, the funny thing is that I feel like if Flandre gets announced, the shit show is gonna come more from the Touhou community rather than the Smash community, right? Because probably there is a lot of people in the Smash community who know who Flandre is. But when it comes to Mima, only Touhou fans know Mima. So Touhou fans will probably be incredibly happy that Mima will be playable in Smash. But everyone else will be like, who the fuck is this nobody? Man, fuck you, Miku. What the fuck was that? Jesus. But yeah, that's the thing. It's really interesting to speculate which character could make it to Smash. A lot of people already, you know, think that if there's gonna be any playable Touhou representant in Smash, it's gonna be Rainbow. I don't think Reimu is that guaranteed. Then again, Sun is the one that decides who goes into the game, and if you ask Sun, the decision is gonna be either Reimu or Marisa. It's not gonna be any other character. There is no way it's any other character other than those two. So you have to choose between those two. I personally would love to see Marisa, but I don't know. Slow K point device lunatic all over again. Maybe. Alice or Aya? Huh. Yeah, that's that's not happening at all. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to iconic characters outside of the Touhou fanbase, it's definitely Cerno and Flandre. I feel like non-Touhou fans know those two characters better than anyone else. Like any other character, I mean. Like, think about it. Like, try to think of a non-Touhou fan, someone that knows nothing about Touhou. Chances that they've seen Cerno or Flandre are way higher than any other character. Even Reimu, I really don't think Reimu is that popular outside of Touhou fanbase. Wow, I jumped too high. Do you remember when Sun said Alice was special and then forgot about her forever? To be completely honest with you, I don't remember the first half. I do remember the second half though. Like, Sun saying that Alice was special, I definitely don't remember that. The fact that she completely forgot about her, yeah, I definitely do remember that. But, you know, surprise, surprise, apparently Alice is gonna be relevant again in the Satori manga. So you have something there. And again, it's probably gonna be relevant for like one character, just like for like one chapter, just like Flandre was. So yeah, don't get your hopes up. That's what I'm gonna tell you. That was probably too fast. Oops! Yeah, that was too fast. Fuck. But regardless of what happens, if Touhou makes it to Smash, regardless of the character that is picked, the shit show is gonna be beautiful. Because there are multiple layers to the shit show. There is not just one layer. First of all, Smash fans will say, who the fuck is this bitch? First of all. Then you're gonna have Touhou fans that are gonna complain that their niche game is suddenly not so niche because that helped Touhou get to a mainstream audience. And then you're gonna have people like me that are gonna bitch about the fact that Reimu gets to Smash instead of other character that is more interesting than her. Nah, I'm just kidding. Even if Reimu gets to Smash, I will be pretty hyped. But all I'm telling you is that there's gonna be a shit show no matter what. Well, maybe instead of saying shit show, I think the more accurate word will be shitstorm. Because shit show will imply that the game itself, like the DLC itself, is gonna be bad, and that's not gonna happen. Smash fans bitch about every single new character, that's true. But I don't think, for example, if Dante gets announced, I don't think they are gonna bitch about that. And if there are people bitching, they are gonna be the minority that nobody gives a shit about. So yeah, I think that's what will happen. Like, there are some characters that I feel that will be universally accepted. Just like Ridley was accepted, because Ridley was a character that people were asking for a pretty long time, and it's finally in the game. I'm pretty sure that a character like Dante, nobody will have any complaints about that. Well, at least that's what I think. But yeah. There will be people bitching, yes, but again, they will be the minority that are not important. So yeah. I think there is a difference with the characters that are already in the game, right? Like, for example, on the 5 DLCs that happen, Shoker had some opposition because Persona is not really that known of a franchise, and specifically Persona 5 was not that known there because Persona 4 I think was way more popular when Shoker released as DLC. Then, so people bitch about that one. Hero, a lot of people bitch because Dragon Quest is not that popular here, like it's not popular outside of Japan, so nobody even knew who the fuck Hero was. So there was a lot of bitching because of that. I really don't think there was almost any bitching when Banjo-Kazooie released, because that again was a highly requested character. So I don't really think many people bitch there. Like, just as an example, that there are some reveals that are not that much of a shitstorm as others. So yeah, like if Reimu releases, the shit show will be big because nobody will know her. That's the issue. Then again, it's not an issue because I don't give a shit about what the Smash fans think or stop thinking about. But, you know, I'm just telling you that it will probably, most likely happen. It was pretty funny when Terry Bogard released. Because I'm a pretty big fan of the SNK fighting games, and having people being salty that Terry made into the game was pretty surreal to see. But then again, I know that Fatal Fury is like, who knows about that, right? Fatal Fury, what's that? But I was pretty glad. I mean, I wouldn't have picked Terry though. If we're gonna pick an SNK character, I feel like I will have picked... Well, the problem is that it's probably not iconic to... Well, then again, Terry, I don't think Terry is also that iconic for people that don't know shit about fighting games either. So, I feel like a really good pick that will be just as iconic as Terry is will be Rugal from King of Fighters. Rugal will definitely be like my to-go pick, because he's one of those characters that it's so good for a crossover, and funnily enough, it was never featuring a crossover. Rugal, like Geese was featuring a lot of crossovers, but Rugal never appeared outside of King of Fighters. Yeah, the broken bastard indeed. Like, I will also like Geese to be playable, but the difference is that Geese already got his opportunity in Tekken 7. Though now that I think about it, Rugal got in a crossover. That's Capcom vs SNK. I forgot. Yeah, I know King of Fighters is a crossover, but Rugal is one of the only characters that it's original from King of Fighters. Just like Kyo, the protagonist. Those two characters are original from King of Fighters. Most of the other characters, though, they are from Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, Ikari Warriors, Athena. I don't remember the name of the game that Athena is from, but yeah, that one too. So yeah, I think Psycho Soldiers or some shit like that. Don't remember. Oh yeah, Psycho Soldiers. Hey Fat Python, how is it going? Yeah, the aim is to survive the song. Well, I think that's the aim. I don't know, I didn't reach the end. I'm assuming that's the objective. I'm not sure yet, but I'm pretty sure it is. But we will see. You never know with this kind of things. There might always be a surprise at the end. A secret surprise that I might not want to see, or maybe I will, I don't know. And again, I don't even know how far I am into the fight or anything like that. Oh fuck, the chorus is here. The fuck is that? Do I have to care about that southern wall? I'm not sure. Most people I know want a Yori instead of Terry. Oh, that's right, Yori. Yori would have been an amazing pick. Yori is also another one of those original characters from King of Fighters. Honestly, I will be down for Yori. I'll be down for Yori. Yori is a pretty good pick. And who doesn't love that fucking edgy son of a bitch? Like, Yori is pretty much like the textbook definition of an edgelord. It's like the textbook definition. So yeah, will have been a pretty good addition if you ask me. That was my bad. The maniacal laugh. Yeah, that's something that, like, that win animation that Yori has is pretty iconic. So iconic that it even made it to Toho. In Toho Hopeless Masquerade, Miko has a win pose like that, where she's laughing in 3 different intensities. So yeah, really nice. Yeah, Yori will have been a good pick too. I have nothing against Terry though. I think Terry's a pretty good character, but I will have like either Rugal or Yori. I do have a preference on Rugal, but that's just because I love the cheap ass fights that he's in. It's just amazing. It's the toppest quality. Damn, that last one is different. It's different than the other ones. Fuck. The laugh was even present for the Rebel trailer. Yeah, I know, right? And I'm pretty disappointed that Rugal didn't make it to the trailer. Geese made it to the trailer, but why not Rugal? What's wrong with Rugal, dude? I think Rugal didn't even make it to KOF 14, right? Like, I know that KOF 14 has DLC, and I'm pretty sure Rugal is not one of them. Like, come on, SNK, what's wrong with Rugal? Like the perfect character, the perfect villain. Well, then again, you could argue that Geese is also pretty close to the perfect villain. When I say perfect villain, I mean the perfect fighting game villain, obviously. The thing about Geese is that he might be a good villain, but I don't think he has too many applications to the usual fighting game lore. Because as far as I know, Geese's objective is just fucking up Terry. Rugal's objective is collecting fighters as if they were trophies. Like, what better fighting game villain than that you can have? Because you can apply that villain to every fighting game. Every fighting game can have Rugal and the story will still make sense. So, I don't know. I'm just saying that Rugal will be a godlike pick. Literally. One of Rugal quotes in King of Fighters is even, "Repeat after me, I will never take on a god again." Put him in the Toho Fighters, of course. Put him in the Toho Fighters. Put him in Street Fighter. Put him in Tekken 7 too. Yeah, in Soul Calibur as well. And just for good measure, also put him in Blaze Blue. Yeah, Rugal is the fighting game character that deserves to be in every fighting game. But sadly, it's in none other than Capcom vs SNK. I mean, outside of King of Fighters, I mean. And actually, I think it's only on Capcom vs SNK 2. I don't think he's there in the first one, right? If I'm not mistaken. Wow, I didn't expect that to go up, that's why I jumped. I thought it was gonna go horizontally, damn it. But yeah, honestly, Rugal, if you ever need a guest character in any of your games, just put Rugal. If you need a guest character in a dating simulator, just put Rugal there. Put him in every game. Really endless potential. Really. You know, there's also the thing that I feel like poor Rugal in every I Wanna Be the Guy game. I know, right? Wait, is there an I Wanna Be the Guy game that has Rugal? Because if there is an I Wanna Be the Guy game that has Rugal, that has to be the next I Wanna Be the Guy fan game that I have to play. If Rugal is in any of the fun games, I have to play it. I have the moral obligation to play it. That will be pretty nice. Especially because, I mean, it should be pretty common for SNK characters to make it to I Wanna Be the Guy games, because as far as I know, SNK sprites are really easy to get. Like, it's pretty easy to choose download the SNK sprites, because they are incredibly easy to extract from the games they are from. So having the Rugal sprite wouldn't really be hard to do. I think, at least, it wouldn't be hard to do. Nah, fuck you. You know, I gotta say that I'm starting to like this song. Well, actually, that wouldn't be pretty honest. I liked this song the first time I heard it, if I gotta be completely honest with you. The first time I entered this room and I started listening to this, I instantly liked it. But I'm starting to like it even more the more I listen to it. God damn it. I'm not liking the fact that I'm getting fucked though. I will admit that. But then again, getting fucked means that I get to listen to the song for longer. So I guess it's not that bad. Alright. So the real problem here is the very last big apple that she shoots. That's what really I don't know how to dodge. And it happens when the wall... Fuck. Maybe I should dodge from below. Or maybe not. What will happen if I dodge from below? Will it be a shit fest? I don't even know how many apples. Gabi developing Stockholm syndrome. Damn it. Nah, not really. I really like this song the very first time I heard it. Yeah, call me a weeb. Come on, I dare you. Call me a weeb. Well, it's not like my chat doesn't call me a weeb any other time of the day, so I don't think it will be too different from usual. Ouch. You know, I'm one of those people that legitimately enjoys Vocaloid songs. There are a lot of people that like Vocaloid songs but don't like it when it's sung by Vocaloids. Like for example, I know that there is a lot of people that like the song Senbon Sakura, but they don't like when it's sung by the Vocaloid. They like it when it's sung by Wagaki Band or Cradness or insert Japanese artist here. But I personally like listening to Vocaloid. But only sometimes. There are some covers that are way better than the original. There are some others that I do prefer the Vocaloid version. Or that I just, you know, you can just view them as different songs. Wow. Yannick says you're a weeb. Hey, and why doesn't he say it on my face? The Wagaki Band version is amazing. It is amazing. But there are certain versions of Wagaki Band that are different. Like for example, Tengaku, which is another Vocaloid song. Wagaki Band cover is amazing, but the Vocaloid version is a little bit different. I wouldn't say it's worse, it's just different, and that's why I like it too. Like the Vocaloid version of Tengaku is more like a rock version, while the Wagaki Band version is more like a traditional Japanese version mixed with heavy, you know, with heavy guitars. I wouldn't really call it rock the way I would call Tengaku rock, the original one. Come on. Okay, so I should go down. Fuck you. I wanted to go down, and I couldn't. I feel like I should be going down, because if I don't go down, I'm gonna end up getting fucked by that apple that has gravity. I say nothing. So it seems that Clone Cat is still salty about that Genso Skydrift match, huh? Yeah, I know Yannick is the fucking devil in Genso Skydrift, but hey, it is what it is. I don't know how he's that good. I don't really understand how he's so good at Genso Skydrift. I mean, just escapes my mind. Uh-oh. No. Not the devil Shusako Akuma. Sages and deities destroy me. Or are those the online ranks in the game? And well, but those guys are probably world-class champions, so it's fine. Ranks are Fairy, Villager, Yokai, Sage, and Deity. I think I'm a Villager in that game. Right? I think I'm a Villager. I'm not sure though. Then again, I fucking suck, so it doesn't really matter. We always get random sages and deities with no friends showing. I mean, of course, those are people that play the game 24/7, so of course you will get them eventually. I wonder if I should go down right now. Probably should have waited a little bit. Most people are villagers. I see. Yeah, I guess it's where most people give up. It's where more people are like, alright, I can't beat the fuckos up there. So yeah. It makes sense. And that also happens in fighting games a lot, obviously. Ranking takes ages. Yeah, and the problem is that there really aren't enough people to play with. So unless you play 24/7, I don't think you can reach those ranks. It's a little bit hard. What I also don't like is that, you know, a game that is supposed to be like a Mario Kart clone, if you use an item, you are a dishonorable opponent. It's like, come on bro, we are playing fucking Mario Kart, we are not playing Gran Turismo Sport. Like, what the fuck? If I wanna throw you an item, I'm gonna throw you an item and I'm gonna dance on your corpse. Because that's what the game is supposed to be. But according to the online etiquette, if you use items, you're a bitch. So it's a little bit, you know, I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, maybe dodging from down here is gonna be way easier. Or at least I hope it's way easier, because I have no clue. Damn, that fucking gravity won't kill me no matter what. And that's crazy. The fact that just a lot of random apples starts firing like that. Am I supposed to dodge all of that shit? Because that's just insane. People that use items in Skydrift can burn in new hell. Damn. Tell that to snaps. I don't know. I mean, since you're playing a Mario Kart clone, you're not supposed to be, you know, you're not supposed to be a clean driver. It's like, I don't know. It's like saying that doing a shoryuken to your opponent when you are down is bitch made. No, that's the point. I mean, oh, actually I have a better example than that. There are some people that think that hitting, like trying to mix up the opponent on wave cap is dishonorable. Thankfully they are the minority. But there are some people that think that if you are in a fighting game, you are knocked out on the floor and the opponent is trying to do something to force you to block or eat a mix-up, a lot of people say, well, no, again, not a lot of people, some people say, wow, that's so scummy. No, dude, that's literally the point of fighting games. Like, if your opponent is on the floor, it has a disadvantage, a natural disadvantage. Like, what do you expect fighting games to be? Like, people randomly spamming projectiles and eventually the one that gets hit by the most projectile loses? Well, there is also a thing with spamming projectiles. A lot of people think that zoning is the same thing as spamming, which is pretty funny to me. Because again, that's another big point of fighting games. Zoning is one of the biggest defining factors of fighting games. Like, if in Street Fighter you're using Ryu to zone your opponent throwing Hadokens from full screen, that's not spamming, that's zoning. If it was spamming, it would be actually easy to counter and you wouldn't be complaining that it's spamming. Because if there is someone who picks Ryu and brainlessly spam fireballs, he's gonna get fucked. Because he's gonna be predictable, he's gonna eat a champagne combo that's probably gonna take off 50% of his life if the opponent knows what he's doing. And even if the opponent doesn't know what he's doing, he's probably gonna get fucked because people that spam are predictable. But a lot of people think that people that zone, people that use projectiles to zone the opponent out to keep it in distance, are spamming and they are dishonorable for that. They have never faced infinite combos. Infinite combos. Yeah. Beautiful Marvel 2 and Marvel 3. Well, Marvel everything. Usually infinite combos are a Marvel staple. People that zone every Sentinel main out there. I see that you're a Marvel player yourself, Cloncat, huh? Marvel players, interesting. It's pretty interesting because Marvel players have pretty much died out. After the piece of trash that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was, it's like Marvel fans are lost. Some of them have switched to Dragon Ball Fighters, but some others are like they don't even know what to do. They are lost. They are wandering around the world not knowing what to do. And I feel them. I mean, when a company releases a shitty ass sequel to a beloved game, what are you supposed to do? Not much, sadly, because it doesn't depend on you. I'm all, what can I say? Yeah, Marvel players are OGs. Marvel players are the OGs. And it can't be any other way. Again, there are no Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite players. So the only chances that you're still playing Marvel is that, or rather, sorry, the chances that you're interested in Marvel is not because of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. is because either Marvel 2 or 3, or if you're a true OG, maybe even Marvel 1. So yeah, Marvel it's a game that belongs to the OGs. Wow. Fuck that infinite garbage. I'm really sorry that that had to happen. It's like, it's such a middle finger. Because a lot of people can say that the whole Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 drama was already pretty shitty from Capcom to the Marvel fans, but at least Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a good game. And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was an even better game. Obviously it was a scummy business practice, but at least if you did an update, you had a decent game. Or not just decent, you had a good game. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a good game. So yeah, even that wasn't as bad as the piece of shit that is Infinite. It's really tragic what happened there. But what can you do? It's Capcom. Capcom is known for doing those kind of things. What can you do? At one point you kinda get used to it, but I feel like Infinite is one of those things that really broke. It was like the drop that, I don't know how to say this expression, but what I'm trying to say is that it's something that was definitely a turning point. It was definitely something that completely killed Marvel. Completely killed Marvel. And a lot of people can argue that before Marvel Infinite, Marvel was pretty dead, because not that many people play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but at least, you know, there were tourneys of it. Like, there were some important tourneys that not many people played, and the meta was stale and everything, but at the very least it was a good game that people liked, so, you know, it wouldn't be something that people will not tune in to watch, right? At least people who are Marvel fans will definitely support that game. But when it comes to Infinite, it was like a complete break. It was like the love was gone. The love was gone. It was like, Capcom, fuck you and fuck Marvel. And yeah, sad story. A similar thing happened to Street Fighter V. The difference is that Street Fighter V has money behind it, so a lot of people don't want to admit that the game is fucking trash compared to any other Street Fighter game, except for some exceptions like Street Fighter the movie, the game, yes. I count the important Street Fighter game. So yeah, if Street Fighter V didn't have the money support that it has, trust me, it will have the same fate that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite had, for sure. A lot of people don't want to admit it. A lot of people like to lie to themselves that Street Fighter V is a decent game. And I mean, I don't mind that you can like the game. Obviously you can like the game. I'm not gonna judge you for liking a game. But to say that it's decent, that it's a decent game, is a pretty dishonest opinion, because you are basically ignoring a lot of things that you can ignore. The most important thing that you are ignoring is how much worse than any previous Street Fighter entry was. That's already something that you can ignore, but you're purposely ignoring because there's money on the line. What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. This shit is gonna go on forever at this point. Which is kind of what I expected, honestly. A good game you can always come back to even if it's there. Exactly. Now that's the good thing. In fact, before Evo was cancelled because of the coronavirus, there was gonna be a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament, an invitational tournament that would have been pretty dope because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a good game. Yes, it's a broken piece of trash competitively, but it's fun to watch, it's fun to play, it's good to look at, the roster is amazing. So yes, in that case you're right. Like, people, if this coronavirus thing goes away, which I don't really think is gonna happen anytime soon, but people are still gonna make tournaments of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Infinite, nobody's gonna give a shit about that game. It's gonna remain in the trash bin where it belongs. And when money support cuts off for Street Fighter V, when the money support goes away for that game, I'm not sure, but my bet is that everyone is gonna forget that that piece of trash even existed. Again, you will see a lot of people trying to tell you that it's a decent game, but they are just trying to lie to themselves because they know it's not. And the funny thing, you know what it is? When you say that Street Fighter V is trash, you know what the defense usually is? Oh, Street Fighter 4 wasn't even that good either. Like, that's their defense most of the times. So if that's your defense, that really says a lot about your game. Because you can say that Street Fighter 4, vanilla Street Fighter 4 was a pretty rough game, but at least it revitalized the franchise, whose last game was Third Strike. And Third Strike was something that was so unbelievably unpopular because despite what a lot of people say, the Third Strike roster was bad compared to previous entries of Street Fighter. Sure, people eventually grown up to love the Third Strike characters, but back when Third Strike released, well, not when Third Strike released, back when Street Fighter 3 released, it was pretty clear that the roster was complete trash. When Third Strike released, that's when people were like, alright, the roster is still a little bit whack, but the game, at least, you can see some value in it with the parry system. So at least it had, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Fuck, it's right in the tip of my tongue. It's a redeeming factor. There we go. At least it had a redeeming factor. And even then, Third Strike got eventually less and less popular as time went by until Street Fighter 4 released and everyone got interested in Street Fighter again, to the point where Street Fighter 4 was probably the most popular that Street Fighter got since the Street Fighter 2 era. And a lot of people don't want to admit that because, you know, that will mean, you know, it's a pretty funny thing, right? It's kind of like if you say that Street Fighter 4 is good, it means that you don't like Street Fighter 5. And if you say that Street Fighter 5 is good, it kind of means that you don't like Street Fighter 4. It's a pretty interesting thing, right? Like, if you like one, you can't like the other. So a lot of people that like Street Fighter 5 are constantly shitting on Street Fighter 4. And they don't want to admit that Street Fighter 4 is basically what made Street Fighter relevant again after years of being completely irrelevant. And then, through various updates, Street Fighter 4 ended up being one of the best fighting games, I will say. I mean, Ultra Street Fighter 4, at least in my opinion, is really one of the best fighting games out there. Like Ultra Street Fighter 4, the very last version of the game. It had some fucked up things, but overall, it's an amazing product. Like, even scratching the competitive aspect of it, if you look at it as a single player game, it's still a really good game. I cannot say the same thing about Street Fighter 5. No matter how much I try to like that game because I like Street Fighter, I just can't. Street Fighter 5 is one of those games that, I don't know. The problem is that now, again, people that defend Street Fighter 5 will call me a Street Fighter 4 fanboy. And you know that I'm a closed-minded fuck because I don't like Street Fighter 5 because it's different from 4. But, you know, I don't like 5 because I feel like it's inferior to any other Street Fighter title out there. Any other main Street Fighter title out there, that is. But yeah. Sorry, I always end up talking shit about Street Fighter 5. Every time I start talking about Street Fighter, I end up saying how shit Street Fighter 5 is. But I can't help it. It really makes me upset because I feel like it's the same situation with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like, when you think of Marvel, you just can't ignore the fact that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a piece of trash. So it's not like you talk shit because you are obsessed with talking shit. You talk shit because of how upset you are. Like, you're upset that you had a really good video game franchise, Marvel vs. Capcom, and it was thrown to the trash just for one fucking game because Capcom doesn't know how to make games anymore. Doesn't know how to make fighting games anymore. I corrected myself there because Resident Evil 2 Remake was a good game. But yeah, it doesn't know how to make fighting games anymore. What can you do? So it's upsetting. That's the word. It's not like I talk shit about Street Fighter 5 because I'm obsessed with it and I secretly love it. No, it's because I'm pissed off that a franchise that I like was thrown to the trash to me for one game. Sure, there's a lot of people that are still playing Street Fighter 5 and it's still a relevant game, again, because of the money that is backing it up. But if it wasn't for that, I am 99% sure that if it wasn't for the money, Street Fighter 5 will end the same way that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite ended, in the trash, where it belongs. Like to show your love for Capcom? I like Capcom games. What I don't like is Capcom itself, that's the issue. Like, there are good games tied to a shitty company. Well, there is an even better example for that. Because not so many people know Capcom and how scummy that they can be, but a lot of people know Konami, right? So I think that's a better way to explain it. Like, a lot of you know how Metal Gear was destroyed because Konami is a piece of shit company, right? And just like I say Metal Gear, I can say Castlevania or insert Konami game here. So that feeling that you feel with Castlevania and Metal Gear is the same feeling that I feel with Street Fighter 5 and Capcom. Like, that same disdain that you feel for Konami is the same disdain that I feel for Capcom. It's not like I like Capcom. I like Capcom games. It's different. It's a different thing. That's why I put the Konami example, because everyone, I'm pretty sure most of us can say that, or at least most of the people who play platforming games, we can all say that Castlevania is a good game and that we like Castlevania. But we probably can't say the same thing about Konami, which is the company that made it. So, do you like Konami? No, you like Konami games. So in my case is, do you like Capcom? No, I like Capcom games. That's the thing. And it's the reason why I'm so upset about things like Street Fighter V. I'm not obsessed with it, I'm upset, that's it. Rip all Konami IPs, yeah. It is what it is. At least it has a good legacy. Just like Capcom, it has a good legacy. Like in Toho games, but not soon. Well, that's a little bit harder because soon is like the heart of Toho. Without soon, there is no Toho. Now, Capcom is a lot of people. So, if the people that made Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter, Capcom vs SNK or Marvel vs Capcom 3 and 2, I mean, if those people without the name of Capcom made another game, I would like that game. That doesn't mean I like Capcom. With soon, that can happen. Soon is Toho. It's like an equivalent. You can have Toho without soon. Well, I mean, you are gonna probably mention the fan games, which is a way of having Toho without soon. But that's a different Toho. That's not like the Toho, you know, the Toho that we love. Or rather, no, okay, I say something really stupid there. Let me correct myself. It's not the Toho project by itself. It's a different thing that you might like more or less, but it's not the Toho Danmaku series. Well, not just the Danmaku series. Toho lore-wise, as meaningless as that is, will not be the same without soon. It will be different. Doesn't necessarily mean that it will be better or worse, but it wouldn't be the same Toho. With Capcom, I mean, the people that work at Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4, there were different people in between that, and both are good games and have the essence of Street Fighter. So in that case, you know, Capcom people come and go. Soon is soon. Killing floor 2 on hard has been getting too easy. Time to play suicidal. Time to play suicidal. Well, according to Draynot, using Berserker in that game is a pretty good way. It's a pretty good way to solo the game. I don't know how, but according to him, he can solo Hell on Earth difficulty just using the Berserker. Again, how? Ask him, because I have no clue how the fucking Berserker out of all perks can solo that game. Oh yeah. I want to shoot. Yeah, I know. I don't know how anyone can play the Berserker and enjoy playing the Berserker. Because it's the kind of game that doesn't have hit stop. So when you hit an enemy, unless it had the set time like that slowdown, you don't feel like you're hitting it. You just feel like you're dealing damage, but empty damage, right? Like you know that the enemy is getting damaged, but that's it. Miku. Miku. Can we talk about this for a minute? For a moment? Gabby goes silence, I know shit happened. Yeah, I got fucked. Which, when you think about it, is not really anything new here. I thought that not jumping will make me go through that because there was a gap there, but turns out that it turns into those big apples way sooner than I expected. Oops. Anyways, I hope there wasn't any Street Fighter 5 fan in chat, because after all the shit I talk about Street Fighter 5, you're probably gonna be a little bit upset. But hey, what's important is that that's just what I think. If you like Street Fighter 5, I don't mind. Again, you can like whatever you want. Me thinking that it's a piece of shit game doesn't mean that you cannot think that it's a good game. And it also doesn't mean that I'm gonna think that you're an idiot or anything. No, I respect other people's tastes, even if I disagree with them. We went through like at least 5 topics during this fight. Miku. You know, this is something a little bit interesting to talk about. And I know, when you first hear this, you're gonna be like, wow, this guy's addition, or, you know, shit like that. But I mostly wanna talk about this for historical purposes. Here's the thing, and bear with me, please. When we think about the word waifu, right? Will it be fair to say that Miku was one of the first characters that basically popularized that word? I know that the 2 girls from Neon Genesis Evangelion, however the fuck they were called, I didn't watch that anime, sorry. But I know that those 2 were also, you know, pretty popular during the time that the word waifu was getting popular. But wouldn't Miku really be one of the first waifus that the internet had? Yes, I know it's a weird topic of conversation, but you know, I like looking at the origin of certain words. Wouldn't Miku truly be one of the first waifus? For the internet at least. And again, I'm not talking about the fact that someone can get obsessed with a fictional character. No, I'm not talking about that, because that happened in ancient times too. I'm talking about the usage of the word. Like, on the internet, obviously. Like, the word waifu wasn't first used towards a character like Miku. Wasn't she one of the first? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not trying to define anything. I don't know. Because when you think when Vocaloid was around, I don't remember when Vocaloid first started being a thing. Honestly, it's been. I never know the exact year that Vocaloid started getting popular. There were anime with waifu themes. Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not saying that people weren't already obsessed with fictional characters before. Again, that happened since literally ancient times, where people basically wrote about, I don't know, the moon being a girl and the protagonist fucking her or some shit like that. No, I'm talking about the usage of the word waifu. And wasn't Miku one of the first characters that the word waifu was dedicated towards? That's the question. I know, the other two that also come to my mind are the two girls from Evangelion, which again I don't remember her names, but I think those two were also one of the first to have that treatment. But I don't know which one was first. I mean, obviously I know that Evangelion came before Vocaloid, but I don't know if the term waifu was used first towards the Evangelion characters or towards Miku. That's my question. Or maybe it was used to an other character that I'm not aware of. That also can be the case. I think it's a pretty interesting topic, because it's basically internet history right there. It doesn't get any more interesting than that. Well, yeah, it can probably get more interesting than that, but I just thought about that. Maybe I should do some research, because maybe those are the kind of questions that cannot be answered by memory alone. I think that's something that requires some research. Research? Oh, come on, I actually mean research this time. God damn it. I know, maybe the way I worded it, it sounded like I mean research the other way, but no, I actually mean research the actual way it was intended to be used. Damn, I don't know what to do there. But yeah, actual research. God damn it. Don't make me do the actual research. Don't make me actually do that kind of research, because you know I will do it. Gotta research the waifu tag? Yeah, I gotta research it. Yeah. Really want to know. Internet history is always pretty interesting to me, regardless of what it is. By the way, another question that is a lot easier to answer. When did Vocaloid start? Because that's something that always confuses me. Like, I will like to say the early 2000s, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know if it was the early 2000s or the late 2000s. That's something that I still don't really know. Don't really know which one it is. I mean, it's either one of those, but I don't really know. Because I remember discovering Vocaloids in the late 2000s, but I don't know if they were a thing before that. I don't really know. But then again, even if they were a thing before, I don't think they got popular until years later. Because obviously it's just like with anything that comes out in Japan, it takes a little bit to get popular here. Well, depending on what it is, at least. But yeah, I think an experimental thing that like Vocaloid was definitely a thing in Japan before it was a thing here. Like probably way before. I also can't believe that I still can see which pattern will be the final pattern of this fight. Because usually when it comes to avoidances like this, you generally can see that there is an attack that you're like, okay, this is the final attack, right? But I feel like I'm still not even close to the final attack. So I don't know how long this is gonna take, honestly. Because after all of this shit and I'm still not even close to the final attack, it's a little bit tough. That was so much bullshit right there. God damn it. But it is what I expected. Usually it's normal that in adventure games like this the hardest part are the bosses for sure. It does make sense. And it seems like this one is gonna be harder than Raisin and everything. Like Raisin took me 2 hours. This one I think I'm pretty close to the, well, okay, not pretty close, but I think I'm gonna get to the 2 hours mark without even being close to beating her. So I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out. It's probably gonna be harder than Raisin. Problem is that the attack where I always dive to, I don't know where it will be the best idea to dodge it. I stay down here, but I stay down here. See, staying down there, if you get bad iron shit like that, is a suicide. But what's the problem? If I don't stay down there, the next attack is probably gonna kill me. And I don't know if I have enough time to go back to the bottom platform. That's the issue. Oh, I fucked up. Damn it. Miku. Can't believe Miku is stronger than Raisin. Of course Miku is stronger than Raisin. Raisin can only alter the sound waves. Miku, instead of altering the sound waves, she actually creates the sound waves. So how can Raisin even compete? I didn't see Raisin singing. So yeah. Of course she's stronger. Man, I'm gonna have to Google this song whenever I beat this fight, if I can ever do that. Mistia sings and she shoots a trash yokai. Huh. Hey, you probably don't have any problem calling her a trash yokai, but if you had to compare the Mistia and the Raisin fight in Touhou 8, I'm pretty sure you will pick the Mistia fight being way harder than the Raisin fight. The Raisin fight in Touhou 8 is so much easier than any other fight in the game. That is just crazy. So yes, even Mistia being just a trash yokai is still stronger than Raisin. Can you imagine that? Being weaker than a trash yokai? Oh, that reminds me. Yomu is apparently... Well, I mean, it was already kind of known, but Yomu seems to be canonically confirmed to be dumb. In the latest Satori manga chapter, basically Orin is explaining the situation to Yomu. Yomu is nodding like she's like, yeah, I understand, and then Satori reads her mind and she reads that she's completely blank, that she doesn't understand what Orin is saying. So yeah, it's canonically confirmed that Yomu is a complete dumbass. But again, we already knew that, so... Yeah, as Cloncat says, Toho 17 kinda already confirmed that. But yeah, if there were any doubts, well, there you have it. Just read the latest Satori manga chapter and you will see. And 3, 13 and 9. Yeah, and 8 too, while we are at it. 8 definitely kinda confirmed that as well. Uh-oh. Almost fucked that one up. Ooh, okay. That was close. Okay. Full focus on this one. Okay. Okay, I can do that. It's alright. It's alright. Love the out of nowhere bit of Yomu trivia. Where? Sad time. Just jump, I know, right? Huh. How is it going, Aldo? He's saying that I'm collecting key. I'm collecting key. That's yeah, I guess it's an accurate depiction. It's that time. It's the time to collect key. That's for sure. Dumb Yomu. Yeah. Dumb Yomu is a thing. It is indeed a thing. Okay. So let's see. Can we... Well, at least we know that for that attack after the apples go up, and no, I don't mean the very last attack, I mean the attack where the apples go down and then up, we have to go to the middle platform to prepare for the other attack. Okay, here. I still have to learn how to dodge that from the middle, because the last time I dodged that from the bottom. But if I can learn how to dodge that from the middle, it should be fine. It should be fine. Well, it should be fine as long as the attack that killed me last time is the last one, because if that's not the last one, then it's not gonna be fine. Though I gotta admit, that attack looked, at least it looked like it could be a final attack. So at least I have a little bit of hope there. Go. It's incredible how much easier this specific attack is when you just go to the bottom platform. It's so much easier. And it's obvious, I mean, the bottom platform is pretty much the place that you are the further away from the bullets, well, the apples. So you obviously have a lot more time to react to it. I still died, as you can see, so it's not like it matters that much, but hey, it helps. I probably would have died way before if I was dodging that from the top platform. Alright. Come on. You know, it really gives me a lot of curiosity after seeing these bosses, just how fucked up the final boss of this game is gonna be. And it's probably gonna be pretty fucked up. But like, I don't even know what to expect at this point. But it's fine, we don't have to worry about that now. We have to worry about this boss now. And we're not really doing a good job at that, damn it. Just wanna know what's after that attack with the apples in the middle, god damn it. Even if there's more after that, I wanna see it at least. Oh, that's bad RNG. I still got it. Alright. To the bottom platform we go. Ooh, okay. Go to the middle. Okay, there we go. Okay. Wait, what just happened? Is that it? I mean, that's a save, so that's pretty cool, but where is my medal? I don't see any medal. I'm a little bit scared now. Well, at least we saved. Okay, I don't think I have to be scared. There is a save. So let's fucking go. That was a tough one. There is a thing that I'm not gonna read because I can't even read it because it's gonna be in garbled Chinese. I'm still gonna press up just to see what the fuck it says, but... Nice, that's what it said. She, thanks. That looked like a she to the board that just exploded my ass. Alright. So, what is this? Oh, I have infinite jumping. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh no 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 no. I don't like this. Oh, okay. I don't have infinite jumping anymore. Well, that was pretty short-lived. Wait, it's still going? Wait, that wasn't even the boss of the zone? Well, alright. That wasn't even the boss of the zone. See, I was right in being nervous about not knowing where the medal was. I was right to be worried. Because there was no medal. Okay, so as far as I understand, the button gives you infinite jump, and those platforms take it up. Those platforms take it away from you. Yeah, the super mid-boss. Can you believe that? That's why I didn't get excited. Like, you probably think, oh, this guy isn't even hype about winning. You get the save point and you're not even celebrating. Well, now you know why I wasn't celebrating. Until you see the fucking medal that tells you that you beat the stage, you can't celebrate because now it's not even over. Well, I'm still glad that I've been able to defeat Miku, but wasn't even the end, dude. I forgot about that trap that happened less than a minute ago. Can you believe that? Oh, now you're not gonna trigger, you piece of shit. Alright. So you want me to trigger it manually. Of course, of course. Why would it be any other way? Well, hey, can someone tell me how that song was called? Actually, I don't think you need to tell me that, because whenever I upload this to YouTube, it's gonna get copyrighted and YouTube is gonna tell me what the song is anyways. So yeah, don't worry about it. What? Alright. This is gonna be beautiful. The salt. See, you think that those white flashes, that's a light. No, that's salt. That's actually salt. Wow. My team of Siths was whipped except for a single firebug that is soloing half the wave. Wait, what are you talking about? My team of Siths was whipped. Oh, you mean Killing Floor 2? Yeah, it was like a firebug? Is this guy playing a Touhou game that I don't know about? And Regal is somehow a firebug? You know what's the worst part about this? After I'm done with that spike section, I have to deal with those spinning apple section. Touhou Firebug, well yeah, I mean, right, here's the thing, have you never thought of this? If Regal fights Moko, I mean, she will turn into a firebug. Oh. It doesn't stop. It keeps going. it keeps fucking going. This section at the left side of the screen, it just keeps going. And there is all that shit to do afterwards. But this section, this left side of the screen, it just keeps popping off. Wow. It just keeps on going. That's fine. It's alright. That's how it's gonna be. Oh, at least the spike stops there. Okay, that's good to know. If the spike stopped there, then it's not gonna be as hard as I thought. I thought that the spike kept going all the way up and that I had to do that super fast, but no, you can actually wait there. Okay. I know that this is gonna be a trap. I want to know what happens if you go here. I know, like, this is obviously gonna be a trap, but I want to see. Oh, well, that was disappointing. Oh, okay. Or never mind. It's not disappointing anymore. Damn it. Fuck. You know, that's so clever. That's so damn clever. You think that crossing the screen is gonna give you a trap, and when you don't get the trap, you're like, oh, alright, there is no trap. And then you go back and you find the trap right there. Honestly, the people who made this game are geniuses. They are just geniuses. Like, they really know how to get into the player's head. They definitely know that really well. Like, I don't know who made this game, but Jesus Christ. You are pretty good at doing this. Wow, that was a trap too, huh? So here I have to go up. Too fast. Yeah, that spinning section is gonna be hard. Well, I mean, I really hope there is not a trap in that spinning section, considering that the spinning itself is pretty hard, you know? Yeah, it really is shebait after shebait. It just doesn't stop. It's an endless adventure of shebait. Damn. I try not to fall for that trap way too hard there. Alright. Really? That won't hit me. You know, I really have to look for whoever made this game and look for more of this. I really have to. I don't know who made this game, but they definitely know how to capture the original I wanna be the guy vibe. They do a pretty good job at that. Like the spirit of the original I wanna be the guy. And as I said before, not many fun games can do that. Like, a lot, you can say that there are a lot of good fun games, but you really can't say that there are many fun games that capture that essence that the original one had. And I feel like this one definitely does that. Ah, fuck. So yeah, I don't know who these guys are, but I gotta look forward to more. I also tried to looking for, you know, I played Domu and I really like that game, but sadly Domu, the guy who made Domu, which is Nogard, apparently didn't make any single adventure game aside from Domu. All he's done seem to be avoidances and well, I don't know what else, but mostly avoidances. I don't think he has another adventure game. So yeah, it's a little bit sad, because Domu is such a good game, but I obviously understand that adventure games are incredibly time consuming, so it's not like you can just pop out like 30 adventure games like it was nothing. I understand why he only made one. It's still a little bit sad. I wish I could play more no guard adventure games. I wonder what happens if I fall down there. Well, I mean, I'm gonna die. I know that much. I wonder how. Damn it. I also wonder if there have been creators in the I Wanna Be the Guy community that are known for having multiple adventure games. I don't think there are many, right? Or maybe they are, I don't know. And when I say adventure games, I mean good adventure games. Because yeah, I also can make a piece of shit of a game, call it an adventure game, and be like, oh, I made 10 adventure games. No, I mean top quality adventure games. I don't think there are many creators, if there are even any, that made more than one really good adventure game, right? I don't know. I'm asking cause I don't know. Well, you can consider that Soul Green made multiple adventure games, except that they are not I Wanna Be the Guy fan games. They have branched out outside of the community in the form of Wings of B and other shit. I'm still salty about Wings of B, yes, in case you're wondering. I think I will always be salty about Wings of B. I think the salt will never stop. It's just the way it is. I think the salt for Wings of B is always gonna be present. And maybe at some point, maybe and just maybe I might return. But I really doubt it. I don't really have too much will to do that anytime soon. Or any time at all, I mean. But the salt is still there. So, you know. That Sue guy I mentioned before is one of the well-known ones. Oh, he makes a lot of good adventure games? Interesting. Guess I can look him up. What are examples of games he made? Just to get an idea. Because maybe, I mean, I obviously have not played them, but at least maybe I heard something about them. And I keep dying to that. Maybe this screen is the actual boss of the world. Maybe this is the actual boss. You thought it was Miku, and then you thought it will be another boss, but no. It will actually be this screen. Parallel world, Promin, permanent series, Rose here, ooh, spikes, Assault orbit, many, I see. Well, I could probably check them out in Delicious Fruit and see if it's what I like to play or not. Probably yes, but I don't know. Ah, the boss is in your head. The boss is the friends that we made along the way. Okay, if only I knew how the fuck to do this without getting destroyed. That would be pretty nice. Ooh, Spike is an adventure though. Yeah, I was talking about adventure games. I wasn't talking about anything that wasn't an adventure. Because that's what I'm interested in. He's basically one of the most famous East adventure game makers, I see. I should definitely check it out. Eventually. Wait, it's not over yet, fuck! Or maybe it is. Ah, yes! Alright, that boss is defeated. Because that definitely was a boss. Damn, but this one looks even more fucked up. Jesus Christ. It keeps getting more and more fucked up. Well, it is to be expected, but damn. Sometimes it's pretty hard to look at this and be like, I'm gonna do this. No rest for the wicked. That's such a good song. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. Yes, that's a pretty good song. It really makes me want to play Borderlands because yes, obviously the only reason why I know that song is because of Borderlands. I mean, I usually don't listen to that kind of music, so if it wasn't for Borderlands, I wouldn't even know it exists. Wait, what do you expect me to do here? I mean, I go here, but... Oh, okay. Alright. Wait, can I save the infinite jumping now? There's no way I can save the infinite jump, right? Probably not. I'm supposed to go down. Yeah, Borderlands. If it wasn't for Borderlands, I wouldn't know that song at all. You motherfucker. And no, it doesn't save the fucking infinite jumping, so you gotta go there every time you wanna do it. Well, hey, at least there is a save right there in the middle of the map, so it's not like we have to do everything on this screen in one go. So that's good. Wow, that dodge was godlike. I know that's probably the intended way of doing it, but it was still godlike. Sadly, that wasn't too godlike. What I do have to know is that if I try to go through that hole, I'm gonna get killed by the spike. You know what we should do? Just as we are playing Killing Floor, I feel like we should play Borderlands at some point in a secondary stream. Because that game is so much fun. The problem of playing a Borderlands multiplayer is that, like, if it's most fun when everyone is the same level, but for you to do that, you basically like nobody can play outside of when everyone plays together, right? That's the issue. Wow, really? You can barely react to that, Jesus. I can get behind some Borderlands. Yeah, but I don't think it will be a pretty good secondary stream, because Borderlands as a game is pretty long, and if you only play 3 hours every week, you're never gonna finish it. Well, I mean, yes, you're gonna finish it after like 4 months or some shit, but yeah, it's like the kind of game that you will probably want to play way more than 3 hours a week. I have both. No, wait. No, I think I only have Borderlands 2 actually. I don't think I have Borderlands 1. Let's do a speedrun? Huh. Yeah, sure, let's do a fucking speedrun. Fucking speedruns. Can you believe that? Speedrun. Can you believe Gabby speedrunning? Can you believe that? Because I don't. I just can't. Okay, so that's how you do it, but the question here is, where is the next trap? It's right there. That's where the next trap is. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, that apple looked a little bit suspicious, if you ask me. I just thought that it was supposed to be an obstacle for these 2 champs, but I guess no, that's not enough for the apple. Speak of the devil. Speedrun Boshi, huh? Oh, sure, I will speedrun Boshi. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the game that I want to speedrun the most, for sure. Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather speedrun Mirror. I wonder how a Mirror speedrun will work. Well, I mean, outside of the... Here's the thing, right? There is a pretty interesting thing about Mirror. In Mirror, in order to progress to the next stage, there are 2 ways of doing that. One way is defeating the girl a 4th time in a much harder fight, and the other way is, well, you can probably imagine what the other way is. But the thing is, I wonder which of the 2 will be the most optimal for speedrunning. And funnily enough, I think the most optimal for speedrunning will probably be not playing the 4th fight, but actually doing that. That's pretty nice. Huh. So basically what I'm trying to say is that a Mirror speedrun will not be something that you can stream on Twitch. If it needed to be said already, right? so this apple shoots apples. Yes, I already knew that. Damn it. Come on. That was a pretty bad timing. Nice, okay. Okay, where's the next asshole? Nice! Oh, yes. Okay, there is the save. Well, this is an interesting one, because regardless of what you do, you are forced to lose your infinite champ, and you have to regain it on... You have to regain it on... here. Well, nice. Not like that though. That's a bad way of doing it. Ah, you really have to go all the way? Isn't there a way to like jump from here and get... Well, there's probably gonna be a trap here that is not gonna let you do that. I'm really curious now, because I feel like it technically should be possible to do that jump, right? I think it should. Oh, come on. That was so obvious, dude. That was so fucking obvious. You're not impressing anyone with that one. That was so obvious. Everyone saw that one coming. I will give you points for originality though on how you actually did the trap. I expected like a sudden spike to kill me if I tried to go there. So I will give you points for originality, but everyone saw that shit coming, bro. Everyone saw that shit coming. The problem is that even if I go the legit way, that's also gonna happen. Like, that's gonna move up. And when that happens, I'll have to be careful. Well, I don't know what could kill me there. Well, actually, yeah, there are a lot of things that could kill me there. Because if I let go the jump button, I'm gonna die because I'm gonna hit the anti-infinite jump blocks. Damn it. Wow. This staircase that you're seeing right here, it's so hard to do. And if that wasn't enough, look at this shit. And then... Okay, you know what? I thought that this section, the right section of this screen, will be a lot easier. However, I don't think that I can look at this and say that it's easy or anywhere near that. Jesus. Yeah, I feel like this one is gonna be a struggle. There are so many hard things here. Is this gonna be the next boss? This checkpoint is gonna be the next boss, huh? Probably. And it's also true for now to say that basically I don't know how the fourth stage is gonna be, but basically it seems like the difficulty of each stage it's really ordered from easiest to hardest. I know that that's something that you will be like, well, no shit, but the thing is that this game allows you to select which game you want, which stage you want to play. So you could technically play this stage as your first one. If you do that, you're gonna get completely destroyed. And I mean, you're gonna get completely destroyed regardless, but the difference is that this will be your first experience with the game, which might or might not be a good idea. Well, technically not the first experience, because before these 4 stages there is that introductory stage that you have to play first no matter what. So yeah. Damn it. Probably should rush all the way up on that one. Oh, come on. My deadline is getting closer. Oh, you mean to get the pacifist run? Well, I can say that that's a good thing. Because here's the thing. If you get the run before the deadline, that's great. Because, you know, you actually got the run you wanted. If you don't get it before the deadline, that's also great. Because that also means that you can now stop trying that piece of trash of a run and actually have fun playing something fun. So no matter what happens, I feel like having a deadline like that is super good. So yeah, good shit, Yannick. I can't give up. Huh. I can't give up. I also thought the same about Lunatic UFO. You know, things change. Eventually. You start understanding that giving up is not a bad idea. And again, me telling you to give up doesn't mean that I think you cannot do it. Because a lot of people, when they are encouraged to give up, they are like, oh, you think I can do it? That's why you're telling me that? No. I tell you to give up because the challenge is fucking trash. And I can tell that you are not really enjoying it. So I definitely think that you are more than capable of doing it. Like, you don't have to prove that to anyone. I definitely think you can do it. But I personally think that it's not worth to do it. But you know, obviously, it ultimately depends on you. So yeah, whatever I say doesn't matter, because you have the choice. Fuck that shit. Abandon all hope, you who enter here. Yeah, that's pretty much UFO's motto. I think I have to start not doing so many diagonal jumps there and start going for vertical ones. That's what I feel that I should be doing there. Okay. Wow. That's pretty nice of you. Okay. Really gonna do that. You know, I already thought this was gonna be hard, but this changes a lot. That's so fucked up. That's just so fucked up. Wow. If I didn't get so damn close to getting it, I wouldn't have tried nearly enough. Yeah, but that's the... if I'm not mistaken, that's called the sunken cost fallacy. If I'm not mistaken. It basically means that when you put so much value to something, but you still don't get it, regardless of what it is, you need to put more value because you feel like otherwise all of the other value is lost. But the truth is that, you know, you are just adding to the lost value. So, you know, I don't know. Again, ultimately the decision is yours. I'm not gonna tell you what to do or what to stop doing, but I suggest to you that it might be a good thing to stop. You know, whatever. It definitely depends on you. That was a pretty nice lesson that Yami gave me some time ago about the sunken cost fallacy, because that's something that I kinda knew. I kinda understood the concept already, but I didn't know it had a name. So having a name for that is pretty convenient to describe a situation. I understand that I only do it because I want enough. Trying UFO lunatic didn't last, for example. Yeah, I guess if you really want to get a challenge, it is what it is. I mean, I also want to get UFO lunatic because I obviously want to be able to say I won coin clear every Windows Toho game on lunatic. I want to be able to say that, but I feel like it's, you know, not worth it because the game fucking sucks. So it's like I'm just torturing myself for no reason. So yeah. Basically, fuck UFO is what I'm trying to say. Don't play that game if you value your sanity. But if you want to support soon, you can always buy it on Steam when it eventually releases. Well, that's the funny thing, right? As much shit as I talk about UFO, I'm gonna buy it on Steam, alright? Like, I'm sorry, but I gotta support my man. My man soon. You gotta buy it. As much as I think that the game is trash, I played it for a long time, so it's finally time that I support him for that. buy soon some beer. Yeah. That money is going directly to Soon's beer inventory. That's for sure. But yeah. The man deserves it. So yeah. Wow, that section is so fucking fucked up. It's insane. It really is insane. This I can do. I can go up quite consistently now. I had all Soon games on Steam once. Yeah, I have all Soon games on Steam. I actually do, and funnily enough, some of them I haven't even played them. Well, the Steam version, I mean. Obviously I play every single Toho game, but I mean, some of them I didn't play the Steam version because I don't really feel like playing the game itself. I mean, I just feel like it's my moral duty to support them. Yeah, back then there was only Toho 17, 16 and I think 15 released. And well, Violet Detector, but then soon started releasing 14, 13, Double Spoiler, Great Fairy Wars, and now UFO, Subterranean Animism, and Mountain of Fate. So yeah, basically, you know, it's obviously getting more expensive, but I personally will buy it because even if, you know, having all the games might be a little bit expensive, I feel that, I mean, I wanted to support him all this time, so when I finally get the chance, I'm not gonna let it go, right? I'm still missing Double Spoiler and Great Fairy Wars. Yeah, for example, Double Spoiler, I'm pretty sure I mean, maybe at some point, but I don't have any plans of touching Double Spoiler ever again. Even if I love that game, I have nothing to do. I already done everything. But I still bought it just because, you know, the fact that I beat it is, you know, proof enough that I like it and that I want to support it. But you know, that depends on each one. I'm not saying obviously that if you don't buy it, you don't support Soon and you're a monster or some stupid shit like that. But on my personal choice, I will buy the games regardless of if I plan to play them or not. Score DS. Oh, Dark Souls? Yeah, definitely. I will score Dark Souls. I will score Dark Souls. I'm gonna play Dark Souls 3 on a miracle build. That's the best way to score. It's a pretty good idea. But yeah. No thanks. But you know, replaying Double Spoiler one of these days, again, not literally one of these days, but at some point it will be pretty neat. But as I say, I already did everything that there is to do there, so, you know. The spells are definitely fun, and I also don't want to wipe my data just to start it again. Like if I play it again, I'm gonna play it with all of my saved records, and I'm just gonna keep adding plays to each spell card, because I don't want to miss all the records that I have. So yeah. Great Fairy Wars is a game that you know, that's pretty funny now that I think about it. Even if I won't coin clear UFO on Lunatic, I still will not be able to say that I won't coin clear every window game on Lunatic. I mean, you know, just putting the fighting games aside, Like, I wouldn't even be able to say that I won't coin clear every Danmaku game on Lunatic, because Great Fairy Wars, I never won coin clear that game on Lunatic. Because it's fucking hard as shit, in case you don't know. In fact, Great Fairy Wars might be one of the... Well, I don't know if I should say one of the hardest Touhou games, but it's definitely up there. It's not an easy game at all. I mean, obviously with the freezing mechanic and everything, it can get pretty simple, but not that simple, I feel. Oh, fuck. Now that's gonna be a pretty hard drop to do. Well, but if I do one coin clear UFO, I will still be able to say that I won't coin clear every main Windows Touhou game on Lunatic, which is being pretty picky. Funnily enough, I kinda also wanna say that I won't coin clear every main Touhou game on Lunatic, including the PC98 ones, but that would imply that I have to one coin clear Touhou 2 and Touhou 1 on Lunatic. Touhou 2 is doable. Touhou 2 is definitely doable to one coin clear on Lunatic. I just feel like it's a fucking pain in the ass, just like UFO, so I don't wanna do it. But at least I feel like it's way more doable than UFO. Touhou 1 on the other hand, fuck that game. So yeah. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave it around here because I've been streaming for some time and I kinda wanna stop here. But I can probably say that we are close to finish the Starry Galaxy, which is that zone that we just played in. We're probably close, or at least I hope we are close, because we've been doing that for, you know, quite some time already, you know. So yeah. Anyways, let me speaking of Touhou, right? Let me... Oh, well, this is almost Touhou, alright? It still counts, but it's not truly Touhou, but it's pretty much Touhou, alright? So, one coin clear every Touhou game on Lunatic, excluding games older than 16, 15, 11 SID. You still haven't one coin clear those, because you definitely can. Those that you mentioned are not even that hard to do. Like, you don't even need to put that much effort, especially 16 and 15. I can understand 11 and 6 being a little bit hard, but 16 and 15 you can cheese the shit out of that game. Oh, you say other than. So you mean every other game except for us? Okay, I gotcha. My bad. You know, reading comprehension is a little bit slow here. But, anyways, thanks everyone a lot for watching. And I'm gonna be seeing you on the next stream. So take care everyone, but in the meantime, have some almost Touhou action. Almost Touhou. Kinda Touhou though. So yeah, see ya.